Speak the truth. With Carl West.
Speak the truth.
With Carl West.
Speak the truth. Speak the truth. Speak the truth.
Yeah, Carl West.
Tell everybody.
Speak the truth, baby.
Ooh.
It's a podcast for truth. Are your ears ready? For Carl West. Are your ears ready? Speak the truth. Let's go, King Farley with Carl West. Yeah, he is. Your ears. Carl West. Carl West.
Hey.
Carl West. Carl West.
Yeah.
Carl West. Carl West. Carl West. Carl West. Carl West.
Yo, what's up? What's up? Carl West back at you with another Speak the Truth with, guess who? Me, Carl West. Speak the Truth with Carl West. Back at you. Another episode of our incredible podcast delivering incredible, wonderful, thoughtful content to you. But the way you get it is subscribe. I need you to subscribe. I need you to hit the like button, I need you to share, hit the alert button, whatever you got to do it so that you can get this content. We can spread it again, near and far. We want to have this incredible, positive, thought-provoking content coming to you twice a week on multiple outlets. Audio podcasting, video podcasting here on YouTube and other places, audio podcasting on other places, Podbean, my website, whatever. But got to have you subscribe to get this content. Now, let's go right into it. Hey, this is really going to be a piece about me. Yep. About me. Felt it was time to tell the story about me. Most people don't know it unless you was really tight with me growing up, coming up. I want to talk about the last 25 years of being in business, that part of me. And then I'll go back and talk about growing up in another podcast that I'm doing called The West Side Stories. It's where I tell stories of individuals in the neighborhood who survived the concrete jungles. That's coming up real soon. But I want to use this opportunity to talk about the business side, 25 years of me, because most folks don't know my journey, and it's been one. They see Carl, they know Carl, they don't know the journey, which we all have a story to tell. We all have a journey. I just felt in 25 years of being in business and moving into some new directions in what I want to do with my life, next phase of my life. I want to tell this story so that people can have some idea of who they see, who they talk to, who they engage with. Not necessarily the people who don't know me, but the people who know me don't really know the story unless you were very few people that was there in the beginning with me. They saw this journey. And the title of this is called Carl West. One of the greatest stories never told. Because I'm not a big time dude. Right? I've done things that I feel to be impactful, monumental. I created the Hip Hop Awards in Chicago, lasted 10 years. I created several magazines in Chicago that last over the duration of my 25 years. The last 15 years, they've been digital, TBT News, The Public Eye, The Truth, Hip Hop Magazine, The Property, Investing in Your Future, a real estate digital piece, Advocate, a legal digital platform. I created all these things, TBT Biz, and so I've done all these things under those 10 years, the last 15 years of the digital platforms. The Truth Hip Hop Magazine was a physical magazine. Midwest Gap was physical. The Sports Report was physical. But I'm going to go back to my journey. This is going to be a 3-part, maybe a 4-part series because I don't have time to go through it. And I want to break it off into 3-part series. And one is, look, I was working for the Board of Trade, as I mentioned before. I resigned from there, had an aha moment, hit me, decided to start a business, left the Board of Trade, the money I saved up ran out. I was having an apartment in South Shore, my first apartment on my own. Then I got 22 years old. I didn't go away to school, stayed in Chicago, worked, went to school. National Lewis, Robert Morris, combined together, different times, of course. So, quit my job, board of trade. Couldn't afford. I had the rent money I saved up for my business. Forgot about rent money, got to be paid. All the bills got to be paid in my apartment, 7337 South Shore Drive, apartment 312. I go by there every now and then, man, look at it, man, and ponder. Sit over there off the water and just think about myself and my life and how I have one of the greatest stories never told. I'm telling it. Man, I couldn't afford to pay my rent after like a year and a half. Had to leave the apartment. Sold my car, had a little Audi, sold it. I wanted to go in business. I had to take with the journey that it took for me to do this. I read books about men, incredible men, soldiers, gladiators, titans, who had similar stories, and they had to go out there and fight, put themselves in harm's way and danger, which is what I did. I bounced around on friends' sofas for some years, just bounced around, kept, put some of my furniture, whatever, so gave away all my furniture, took some of my clothes, put in my mother's, put it at places, transported stuff around with me. I didn't sell the car immediately. Still had the car when I was bouncing around. I had no money. I had to help pay stuff. When people let me live on their couch. Sold the car. Through my journey, I probably sold 4 or 5 cars. Every time I made some money, $300, $400, I would go and buy me a trap car that I knew was going to last me a week or two. And it did just that. Last me a week or two. So I call this whole experience, this whole journey that I'm explaining to you lasted me about 6 years, 6 or 7 years. I call it being in the dark sea. Deep in it. Didn't have nothing. -0. Behind the 8 ball. Never told my parents, my family what I was going through. I wanted to take this journey on my own. They never knew. It took years later when me and my mother was driving to Mississippi for a family reunion. I shared the story with her. She almost crashed. She couldn't believe why you never told me, because I didn't want you to worry. I didn't want nobody to worry. I made the choice. I didn't get fired, so no sympathy on me. I quit. So, and when I quit, remember, Mom, y'all thought I was crazy. How you gonna give up that good job? What you gonna do? All my family members, even some of my friends, told me I was crazy. How you gonna quit the good job? Because the board of trade was a good job. I made decent cash. First apartment on the lake, car, lived good, 23, 24, 25, 26 years old. I'm good. Had a girlfriend, high school sweetheart. She quit me, told me she wasn't about to go through that with me and dump me. How sad I was, how hurt I was, how disappointed I was. But I had to do it, had to deal with it. I didn't quit, but I was in this deep sea, swimming with these sharks. Here's what's interesting. The story today, and it's going to come in the next part. I still, to this day, don't understand why the sharks didn't eat me. They nicked me, and I got the scars and the bruises, psychologically, mentally, and physically, to prove it. But they never ate me, and I still don't know why. I'll get to that in some series later. But they was always present. And the way I look at it, I still didn't understand what I was going to do in business. I knew what I wanted to do. I didn't know how to get there. I quit prematurely on the job. I'll say that. That's a regret. I quit prematurely. Wasn't completely prepared. I was eager, excited to be out, to be like those traders who were independent and free, and I decided to quit and do it. Whatever little money I had saved up, which I had a decent amount, but it had to pay the bills every month before I even invested in the business. It took me 4 years before I actually had a business product to invest in. I spent, like I say, 6 years underground in the deep sea swimming for my life. Never drowning, though. And I used to come up for air and look around and didn't see nothing but water. Nothing but water. For 6 years I did that, bouncing around. People's houses, buying a trap car, living in that trap car. Made a little money. A friend of mine had a little raggedy apartment. He let me live there in the basement. Rats was everywhere. I wake up, rats. I was afraid to go to the bathroom at night because he had a little old raggedy sofa bed down there. That's all he had down there. I slept on that. No heat. Listen to me. Had no heat in it. I couldn't get the heat cut on my name. My name was tarnished. Couldn't get no heat cut on my name. He said, you got to get your own heat, pay your own heat. Couldn't get no heat cut on because my name was tarnished because I wasn't working. I've been, in the deep blue, in the deep dark sea for years. Rats, man, running around like crazy. First time I discovered, I came home one night with Leon's, and this is right after I moved in. Came home with Leon's barbecue. I ate some, had a little counter, put on the counter, woke up, I saw footprints on the counter, bag on the floor, chewed up, footprints all around. The one thing that was fortunate, I found where the footprints led to, where they came, so I went outside, got a brick, put a brick on this hole. Couldn't come in that way. They must have got mad at me because the place had drop ceilings. I remember laying on the couch one night, this raggedy couch, and I heard them running around the drop ceilings like crazy. They chewed through the drop ceiling. A rat fell on my bed. I killed them. I chased him around that room for an hour. Killed him with a broom stick. He ran in between the little desk I had, between the desk and the wall, and I saw it, so I pushed the desk over, and I got over there and hit his head with the broom and killed him. That was one. I killed several rats that invaded my space, so I went and got something to put over the hole, but I stayed there probably about 3 or 4 months. One of my friends saved me. She's one of my closest friends to this day. She saved me. This was probably about my 3rd or 4th year in the deep blue sea, in the deep dark sea. This is my story, for real. One of the greatest stories never told. I'm Carl West. Speak the truth. I'll be back with another series of this episode of Carl West, the greatest story never told.
Let the children play. They ain't feeling no pain. It's a beautiful day. Wake up in the morning, it's a wonderful feeling. Good to be living, feel it all in my